Hello, hello. Let's see if there's actually anyone in this ungodly hour. Only my cats that are scratching the chair. This chair is toast, by the way. It's completely toast. So I was stupid. I changed the camera for this stream. Changed it to the left because I was stupid and I was realizing that I was watching on the wrong end. The wrong monitor. But anyways, good morning, ladies and gents. This is the coffee. Welcome to Coffee Thoughts. I will be your host. Post your coffee thoughts in the chat or late night coffee thoughts, depending on where you are. Oh, fuck yeah. So, as anyone who has watched this stream knows, I've been doing coffee thoughts. This is the third episode, and what I do is set up a stream before I go to bed to know if I can actually do it, and if I can, I pause the stream, and then on the morning when I wake up, I pause the topic. The topic today is representation in video games. Basically, in the most absolutely primal, I would say, stuff, is that representation does matter in video games. However, it's not the representation some woke people and the AI cultists will think. It's not that representation in gaming. We need, and we have had actually, representation in video gaming ever since the beginning. It's never been probably properly addressed ever since let's say the Mario games, you know, even Tetris or even Pong, even ping pong, you know, like Atari stuff. So one of the representations, because there are actually a lot, there's several kinds of representations that are happening in video games and they're still evolving. So to me, the representation in video games is a bit more veiled. It's not out there in the open, but it is a feeling that anyone, I think, feels when they play video games, and that is the representation of you as the master of what's happening, like the master of that particular universe. It is a sense of control. It is a sense of responsibility. It is a sense of things are up to you. That's the representation. That it represents you in complete control of whatever's happening in that universe. You're basically the absolute and complete master of what you're gonna do, what your character or what your chosen thing or what you're playing with or to is going to be. And this thing evolved a lot in the years. First of all, it was simple games like what I mentioned, Pong, Tetris. The control that you have, the representations that you're in control, like especially with Tetris, even though I don't think it's that deep that I'm probably going to present it to, but the way that you just align everything and you need to be good to know where to put what is to have your let's say thoughts together, because to clear yourself of the clutter. This is something that I've sometimes felt with Tetris, especially when it becomes faster. Like it means that the thoughts are piling and you need to keep yourself organized to be able to be functional, and that's kind of a test that represent that need. Yeah, I might sound like a glorified psychologist. I'm not, sorry if anyone thinks like that. And that thing evolved a lot in recent years. We started having heroes. We started having personalities to our characters, to what we play as. We started having heroes, villains, in the between. Then we started having the option to choose and to evolve our character even more, how we want them to be represented in that universe. We started having more and more control as to what we are in that universe, and that's the representation that we have always had and that we will always need. The thing about representation is that I was watching Hypnotic slash like a clip, a snippet from his live stream, and he was talking about this person, Unified Walker. I think you know it's they are famous for. Let me just show you what I have the clip here. Okay, yay, we managed. So I think this is the part that started it all.
Gender, and they are separate. You've got he, him, she, her, and they, them, and then your gender is man, woman, non-binary. Love that. Love the inclusivity. The other things that you've got are the customizable sections of your body. So like for your head, there's this really cool section here. Let me just pause and I'll go over.
And then if you have watched, there is also the trans cars. Searching now. Yeah, I think it's gonna be somewhere here. Oh, damn, I forgot how it looks. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I didn't have actually the time to search before the stream because it's really early in the morning. I just got up, and if you're hearing something, it's a cat. But anyways, this is one of the things that this person, Unified Walker, thought that is very important, well, as a representation in a video game, which I understand why, because the most basic representation is something that you have been like, is the most basic form of what one can identify themselves. So if you see someone that looks like you, then your brain just goes, yeah, okay, that looks like me. But that's not what's important. That's a very fleeting feeling that a lot of people just cling on to. Not cling on, no, cling on, just so we know. And that's not the representation we need, and we didn't used to need that representation. In The Witcher, hello Nightcore, welcome. In The Witcher, you have a lot of Slavic representation in The Witcher. Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for being here so early or so late. I don't know what time is it wherever you are. Cheers. And the representation that we actually need, and we used to need, and used to be happy with, is at the, like, if we go to the basic part, it is the trait representation. What traits your character or your hero that you chose represent. Let me give you a very, very huge example with Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. So you have wait, brain fart here. 7, 6, Paladin, Assassin, Sorceress, Amazon, Barbarian, Druid, Necromancer. 7. Okay, so you have these characters. I'm gonna put 7. Like the Amazon, the Sorceress, the Assassin, the Barbarian, the Druid, the Necromancer, and the Paladin. So you have all those. And these all represent a different kind of their own path. They have their feats, they have their way of conduct in battle. They have their world vision. Yeah, my cat is destroying my blinders. It's okay. And you would choose what you want to play upon how cool it is. Where the game Yandere anime dating sim in the game Missile has awesome Russian represent. It made by 2 Russian devs. A Yandere dating simulator made by 2 Russian devs. This is a sentence I never thought I'm going to say. Ever. This is not something that my brain would form in a vocabulary unless I read it like I did just now. Yandere simulator by Russian devs. Okay, just out of this, I think this is worth watching. It's a great indie game. I love indie games, so I'm gonna trust you on that. I'm actually gonna let me see if I can see what's it. Yandere anime dating sim. Okay. Ichio? Missile. Sorry. Google is doing Missile. Oh, ooh. Let's see. Let me see. 1349 on Steam. I'm definitely gonna check this out. Actually. Let me just. Is this one? Is this the one? In the arc. Download Missile demo. Okay, I can play the demo, but no, I don't like playing demos, by the way. I like playing. I've never played these games, man. This is something, but I'm just by what you said that it's made by 2 Russian devs, and it's a Yandere simulator. I'm gonna check it out. Like, I never played this game. I never played these games, but like I've never been into these games. But I'm definitely gonna check this one out just because of your explanation, by the way. Like Russian devs and Yandere simulator is something that is like an unholy mix that actually might work, if you know what I mean. But okay, let me just finish up my what I wanna say, because I don't even have that much time. Where was I? Diablo 2. And you choose these characters based on what they represent. Like, you're drawn to, let's say, I really enjoyed playing Druid, for instance. I like favorite class Druid. Before that was Paladin or Barbarian. I never leaned towards Necromancer or Amazon, or sometimes I lean towards Sorcerers, by the way. And these were characteristics. These were things that like their own written narrative worldview about their character, about what they represent, and this is something that one would click in. And this is one of the most basic things. You didn't care how they look like. You didn't care that the paladin was dark. You didn't care that if it was a woman or it was not. Yes, exactly. But again, it wasn't the part that it was an Asian wizard, by the way. It was like it was just what they represent as characteristics, and you would lean towards that because it's deeper, because it, on one level, it's either attractive or it corresponds to your set of characteristics. Like, say, I'm always being keen towards living with nature, like with coexisting and all of those stuff. Simpler times, people on a farm, or just people going and living totally off grid. This is something that I've been very, very interested in. And a druid, when I was like, how much? 9? Like that 9, 10, that's when Lords of Destruction came out. When I was at that age, I was like, ooh, yeah, baby. I love like being the Beastmaster. And and also the show Beastmaster was on then. And I was like, yeah, I do enjoy. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you very much, by the way. You are actually, let me just give a cheers to you. You're the first person. This is the third stream that I'm doing. You're the first person that actually came to comment. It was either too early or too late for some people. thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time to click on this stream. You're basically the pioneer on this series, so thank you very much on that. I appreciate it, and it actually makes me quite happy to have someone comment. I don't know if anyone like who streams and had that feeling when you have someone to comment with on your stream or to just engage in conversation. It makes things infinitely better. And I really thank you for that, man. Thank you for doing that. For just taking the time to click. This is one of the most awesome things that you can provide as a feeling. Thank you. I don't know how many times I said thank you, but thank you. And that's basically why I did it. I want to connect to people exactly on that level as well. Actually, you saying that I make good videos, that's awesome. That means that we connect and I represent something that you would like. It doesn't have to be a whole picture. That's one other thing that the people on the left, in this case, I don't like saying left or right. It's not something that I subscribe to, because I'm not from that part of the world that always goes left and right. But the people on that side that do want their full representation, the woke people, you don't have to have everything aligned with what you have. Like, let me give you another example. Apart from Diablo and me playing like with sorceress, I've sometimes played with assassin. I've played with every character, more or less. I've played some with more, some with less. Let's go to actually BioWare, and let's go to Mass Effect. I've played both male shep and fem shep, just because I don't like Shepard. To me, is the character that you represent, like that you build up to represent. Thank you, man. Oh, thank you. Oh god. Oh, that's awesome. You see, okay, this is how a Tuesday I think should start. This is how I enjoy. Like, this is the reason that I got up so early in the morning. Damn. Sweet. Thank you. Like this. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I will dance, actually, currently. But I would probably get the cramp or somewhere because I'm very immobile these days. Yeah, I did share it 10 minutes before it started because I forgot to share it last night. I was very tired. I shared it, around 30 minutes ago on my X account. That's basically what I did. Hopefully, if I see more people, like, I'm probably gonna be like staying here for a much longer time. And yeah, anyways, you see, that's what I mean. I probably don't share every single bit of characteristic to everyone that watches my videos. I'm sure I don't, because just for one reason, I do have female audience, and if you would see what I speak on some of my videos, probably I offended some people, not intentionally, but I'm just saying my opinions. And yeah, back to Mass Effect. Shepard to me is a character that you create, like, through your choices. This is something that I absolutely love about the Mass Effect trilogy. You can be this absolute paragon, goody two shoes, honorable person throughout the entirety of the game with very little deviation, and you can be a complete and total asshole. You can be this absolutely wild card that yeah, he's gonna get the job done, but he's absolutely, to me, abhorrent. You know, the full renegade options. This is absolutely like, you're an asshole. And you can do that. Like, you're still gonna get the job done, and you're still gonna have respect on some level in these games, but you're gonna do it in a completely different way. You can also go in the middle. You can basically do a middle ground between Renegade and Paragon. You can also do that, and depending on your choices, you're gonna have either better or worse stuff happening to you throughout the game. But still, you can choose what kind of a person to be, and I always choose like the choices out of what I would do. And it doesn't mean it doesn't matter if I'm with femshep or with maleshep. I just choose what I would do, and that's the representation that we also need. This is another type of representation. Can I help you? Yeah. Ooh, he looks like a demon. Chansey? I love those cats. I have 3 cats, by the way. They're buttload to care for, but they're amazing. And then we can go to let's say, what's another example? We can go to The Witcher. You also can be like mildly change your characteristics, but in The Witcher he does have a much more defined nature that is also representative of what a lot of people are. And these characteristics, these internal characteristics that a lot of the characters have, are what is true representation for a gamer. Because remember, like, especially if you're between 25, 35, let's say that's all, you probably grew up with video games. Let's say that you grew up with video games, or you were at least interested in video games. I don't know if it's about you, but if you're from my country, having been growing up with video games, Chancy, would mean that you would probably were the weird kid in school if you're preferring video games, because back then, especially like, let's say 2003, 4, 5, at least here, personal PCs and consoles were not that big of a deal. Internet was still something that was forming, like still in the early days here. And most people would go out and play, and if you stay and play video games, you would be like the weird kid or the nerd. You remember the nerds, the dorks, the geeks, you know, those slurs that are actually turning into nerds. Are now running everything, and they're the most successful people in the industries. And you would want your world, when you want to unwind, because you're not gonna unwind, let's say, with football or some sport, or if you do, it's just gonna be part of it. But when you want to unwind and you want to immerse yourself in the world, you want to feel represented to the point that what you play as or who you play as is having those internal world views that you do. Let's say you want to be like, you grow up watching superheroes. Same is with media, by the way, with entertainment, not in gaming. You grow up watching superheroes. You're either, let's say, you can be Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and you want to be those people. You want to be the Flash. You want to be Green Lantern. You want to, let's say, be courageous and unwavering, to have the will. You want to be fast. You want to be this detective. Anything. You want to be cyborg. You want to be like this cool like cyborg exactly who goes and hacks things, you know, very smart and etc. All those things are characteristics that represent us and represent a part of us that we would connect with. It's not about the looks. That's what the woke people get wrong. It's not about the looks. It's not about how you look externally on the video. It's what your characteristics are, what your worldview is, and that is why Dragon Age the Veilguard flopped so hard. They didn't have anything on that. Their idea of representation is to have you look exactly like you want to, and have characters that look and feel like you, but don't have any positive worldviews. They don't have any characteristic or any personality. They just kind of, let's say, the deepest is that they're going through some stuff like you do, but those stuff are so limited to such a small group of people that any majority of gamers would not have anything to connect with if you don't have the corresponding characteristics. Once again, this is why previous Dragon Age instances were more successful. This is why The Witcher continues to be so successful, because The Witcher to me is one of the best representations of trying to do good in a broken world. Because first of all, it has enough realism to keep you feeling that you're actually contributing to a meaningful, like, real life world, which I know that I've said in my videos that we need escapism and escape from the real world, but a small dose of realism to keep you tethered is good. And you have all these fantasy elements that you can explore and you can evolve, that would give you strength, would give you additional immersiveness, that you would feel that you're someone in power, that you're in control, that what you do is what matters, and that's what we need. And being represented as the hero or as the one to change the world, this is the representation that we need in video games. And when you couple that with good story, with an immersive world, with great side characters, with great friends to be with, that's when you would feel represented. That's when you would feel seen. You would feel that this is you, this is what you want to do. Same is with actually games like Doom. Sometimes you just need to blow off steam. What better way to blow off steam to just log in, punch the shotgun, and go for it. Just kill demons. Simple. It's a simple formula. But you want to be like that. You want to be this badass. Every man, or even every woman would want to be this absolute badass in one way or another. And Doom is one of the best games to do that. Like, just punch in and you just go wild. You just go berserk. One of the Steam reviews that was made into a funny clip, it was like, it said it is a horror game, but you are the horror. And yeah, the demons are trying to survive you. Your channel reminds me of another channel like the Decembro, who is a small YouTuber I watch. Let's check it out. Oops, wait. Oh, it actually comes up pretty quick. The Decembro. Let's see. We saw schedule problems with Assassin's Creed. Oh, okay. Ooh, the message to CDPR with Gunter Road Dim's faces. Okay, that's something pretty good. Oh, he has Gunnar games. Oh, he makes a lot of long videos. He makes longer videos than me. Damn. We okay? Probably worth the watch. He has almost 10,000. Nice. Sweet. Southern European. So Italian? Spanish? Greek? If he's Greek, I'm gonna just write out message and to meet me at a beach somewhere. Oh, Portugal. Oh, Portugal. Oh, Portugal. This is an amazing country, by the way. Like small side note, by the way, to anyone living anywhere. Wait, let me. What did I? This is the channel, by the way. You might want to check it out. Yeah, he's definitely doing better than me, and I'm very happy to see that. By the way, I am extremely happy to see, like, to check out and to discover new YouTubers, because at some point you would want to break out from the chain. Okay, I would definitely check it out. Oh, he also has some plays, which is good. I like seeing the gameplay videos. Okay, definitely gonna check him out, by the way. Thank you for the mention. Anyone else who wants to see, this is the channel. Oh yeah, I wanted to put that in, since you said Portugal. Anyone who's living anywhere, like anywhere, any country, any continent, anywhere, if you want to see real life representation, travel, you would be surprised. You would be surprised, like, actually how how connected people truly are. I have been to 6 European countries, a part of my own, and I can tell you one thing. People's worldviews are much more aligned than what you would see in the media. You would always have difference of opinion, but when you're traveling and when you're connecting with people, you would see that on a more basic level, on the level that matters, you would see that you share a lot of the same worldviews, and you actually share pretty much most of what you feel throughout the day. That's something that I guarantee you it's like that. Yeah, there's gonna be deviations, but trust me, it doesn't matter who they are, where they live. $2 in coins, and I'm American. So you would probably buy a decent cafeteria lunch here if you came here, because we have like these lunch offers in a lot of places. So for €2 you can you can actually buy a decent good sandwich here. That's for sure. Or if you go to the supermarket, you can buy the products to make yourself a sandwich, or 5. So you see. And yeah, traveling like that would give you much bigger perspective of what exactly, like, it actually gives you a good example of what your values are, and that actually the world the majority, like, at least, I'm gonna sound like very insensitive and very wrong, but what I call the civilized, the Western world, like, because I'm not including like countries like Japan or whatever. I'm including places that do have specific views on what humans' rights are, and I'm not talking about these places, although I'm sure that there are people that do share a lot of the values that like we share on our daily basis, and I've seen such people, I've talked to such people as well. But again, going very far from the original topic, my point is, travel to any country that you can, and talk with ordinary people to see what's happening. Like I'm sure that you'd see that the values that you want represented are pretty common to what you might have in your daily head, in your head on a daily basis, just going and saying, okay, I like this, I don't like this, I will do this, I won't do this. You know, most people are basically very connected on that level, and that's why gaming is what it is. By the way, that's a good transition. Gaming is like this because it's still on a level represents our characteristics, our daily most basic characteristics that we want to explore, expand in a game. Like, you wouldn't be able to, let's say, grab a sword and defend a maiden in distress, or just fight a horde of creatures and whatnot in the real life, but you would want to have that bravery, and when you immerse yourself in that, you would want to do that. Like, you would want to adopt those values that are inside and just expand them, and that's what gives you a bit of confidence as well, because you can do that. You can do those decisions, and when you do those decisions, you see the consequences, and you basically just build your own character in that. I'm not saying, by the way, that gaming is like this magical cure, but I can tell you from my own personal experience that gaming is something that completely helped me to have a good, like, to expand my good character, and to have this worldview that things can be good, that people can be good. And I've seen that through gaming, I've seen that through my experience, but gaming is something that got me through a lot of stuff, a lot of tough stuff that was happening in my life. It is the exact escapism. Yeah, the woke is targeting places like Poland and Japan since the new game like Witcher 4 and AC Shadows. It sucks. Also, localizers ruin games since they are also actors. Yeah, I completely agree. They want, like, I know that there's some stuff happening with Japanese developers now, with some companies there that they're trying to be bought up or wokeified. I don't know about The Witcher 4 still. I continue to maintain the position that I think it might be good. And those people that talked about Siri, to me, are not entirely right. I know why a lot of people, like, I've seen probably too many videos of people criticizing that Siri is the main character, that Siri is ugly, that Siri is overpowered, that how Siri can have the mutations, and I understand the critiques. But people should understand that the possibility is there. I prefer Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 than Witcher 4. I have never played Kingdom Come Deliverance, sadly. This is something that wasn't on my radar then, and I know that I think it comes out today. Today is the 4th of February. Let's see. I think it comes today. Yeah, so it releases today. So again, Kingdom Come Deliverance is one more game that is now very much deep in controversy because of some stuff that, when I read them, I don't consider them woke, by the way. I don't consider them woke at all. And I've talked about this a lot, like the extremism on the gamer side, not gonna say the right side, on the gamer side, is also something that needs to be addressed. And if you remember, we had the Gunnergate, which actually had some very hardcore religious activists who were all actually in the fight against the woke, and still are. They went and basically went pseudo woke as well, because everything that is like gooner material that they want to call it, or like sexy or whatever, it's bad. And that's just it. Any form of extremism is bad for gaming, and it's bad for entertainment. It's bad for the people. I don't know if Kingdom Come Deliverance will have that famous or infamous at this point gay scene or whatever, but even if it does, like, you have to understand, there is a difference on having a gay scene or having a gay character and having the game revolved around that. That's the difference. Giving you an example, you have Tash from Dragon Age the Velguard, who was a pivotal character, and the game pretty much kind of revolved around their experience, even though they were just an NPC. And you have Mass Effect, and you have Cortez, if you remember from Mass Effect 3, who was a gay character, who was missing his partner, and you know that he's gay, but Cortez has a good character, good characteristics as a person. He's amazing. He's very nice to communicate with, and he has a very good set of values, set of struggles, and he was organic. Like, it was an organic thing that he was what he was, and it didn't impede on the game at all. And that's just the thing. If you do it organic, even that kind of representation organically, then nobody would have a problem, because it is not something that impedes on your game. It's not forced. It's not crammed in there to just shove it in your face. And that's another thing that woke people and woke developers and these companies fail to realize. If you're going to have physical representation, do it naturally. Don't do it for the sake of that representation. Yeah, I understand. I know. If Resident Evil 5 is remade, there's gonna be. I fully expect it to be like these bleeps that are just crammed in there to just show you that they're censoring something, which is, again, stupid. I don't know if anyone remembers the game Carmageddon 1, Carmageddon 2, Carmageddon 2000. Those were some pretty gory shit at the time. And the game Kingpin, the game Soldier of Fortune, Sin, Wages of Sin, if you remember those games, Serious Sam, especially the first encounter, the second encounter, those are some pretty gory shit, and I've played all of them. I'm not a serial killer. I'm not someone who goes and does that. But I do enjoy playing these games even now, because it blows off steam. Like, I'm not gonna do that in real life, but I do feel like this part of me, that feeling of, let's say, anger, or just wanting to be unchained in a way, is represented in these games, and it's a part of me, and it's a form of representation, and it's a deep representation. I'm not gonna do it in real life ever. I don't condone anyone doing any of the things that are happening in these games in real life. But it's a good separation to just let your mind wander, and that's something that studios used to be capable of doing, just providing you that good fantasy and representation of your characteristics. I had one more game that I wanted to include as part of what I'm trying to pass across. Damn it, morning brain fart is not something good to have. But even without it, even let's say with Lara Croft, you're playing as, let's say, female. Nobody cares. It's a set of values. that you have. It's a set of experience that you have. In God of War, again, set of values, set of experiences. You know, all these games represent feelings, and you're represented with feelings and what to do and what you would do in a situation. And this is what attracts the gamers, and we want those things to attract us. That's why, let's say, games like Dustborn failed, because you had only physical and representation without anything to keep people there. Same with Concord, same with what I think is going to be Avowed, same with Dragon Age the Veilguard, and same with Assassin's Creed Shadows especially, even though Assassin's Creed Shadows has a lot of other issues to come across. But let's say Overwatch, if you remember, and I'm talking about the good time Overwatch 1, the original. We had, and that's something that I fully enjoy with Blizzard, used to enjoy with Blizzard. They had their masterful storytellers. All the clips, all the character videos for Overwatch, before that for World of Warcraft, for Warcraft, StarCraft, these are one of the best and my favorite things to watch. And I'm going to give you an example. Like, one of my favorite clips from Overwatch, character clips, was from Reinhardt, who is amazing, and his evolution in that clip, if you remember, like, I think it was called Honor, is amazing. Like, this is how you do a deep character for 10 minutes. Hello, Clayton. Hello. Love and blessings to you, my friend. Love and blessings. Thank you for stopping by. Morning to you. May you have a good coffee. Thank you for the wishes. It is a good stream. I'm actually awake. Where was I? Yeah. And this clip, Honor, to me was one of the best clips ever. Like, to just see the evolution, how they masterfully did it. And I also very much enjoyed Tracer's clip, who had an amazing character. And let me just Coffee and Fire. Yeah, Clayton. Let's see. Oh yeah. It just came. Like, Genji, man. The Dragons show. Like, these were absolutely amazing. I actually haven't watched the new ones, but those things, like, let's say with Dragons, if you watched Overwatch animated show Dragons, you had Genji, who is basically back from the dead, like, remade, and had to live with a lot of stuff like that he didn't like. And you had Hanzo, who is feeling completely remorseful, and he's basically semi self-deletion mode at this point. And these stuff, like, not to mention the first ever cinematic trailer with the kids, with Winston. Oh, Winston, my God! Like, I'm just getting more and more emotional, because I remember how they used to make me feel. And if you want, you can scroll much down to my channel, like 7-8 years ago, when I used to do reactions, and you see what I mean. Like, it's amazing what they used to do with these animations. I haven't played Overwatch Nightcore in so long. I don't know. But Diva, yeah, Diva. Just gonna say Diva. Yeah, you also had that sort of attraction, you know. You see Diva and you go, here it is. I didn't care that Tracer was gay. I even have a video about it. I didn't have. She's amazing. She's very quirky. She's very nice. She's very wild. She's always this nice person who's always hopeful and, you know, just we're gonna do. And she has an amazing backstory. Sweet. So that she's still top tier. Top tier diva. Nerf this. They're not gonna nerf. They're never gonna. If they nerf her, they're just gonna have to close. But yeah, this is basically what representation is. That's the representation we need back in gaming, and I'm very happy to tell you that a lot of indie games are now doing exactly that, and they have been doing this ever, because that representation. Okay, let me show you one of my buddy editors. This is Freya, and she's very, very clingy today. I agree, by the way. Yuri manga and anime makes good homosexuality representation than the modern Western. Yes, that's because manga and anime do representation exactly what I've been saying. They do character representation. They do characteristics representation. Like, come on, I'm not green or half point ears, but I enjoy Piccolo. Like as a character. I also enjoy a lot of other non-human Dragon Ball characters as a representation. I love a lot of Naruto characters and their representation, even though it was a bit two-dimensional at times, but they represented core characters. Bleach, like not to mention Death Note. Do you know who one of my favorite characters in Death Note is? Ryuk. You know why? Because he's like, it was at the time like he was bored and he wanted to have some fun. That's it. Like, you know, and you have so much representation in anime and manga. That is like Berserk, especially Berserk. Even going back as to Pokemon and to anything by like any of the old movies. And yeah, it is killing Hollywood in comics. It is absolutely destroying them. And that's the representation that matters. That's what matters, because they represent characteristics, the deep one. And when you see it, I remember Princess Mononoke back in the day that I was so little. Like this is 1997. Yeah. I remember that, man. Like when it first came out, like the animation, I was like, so cool, and it was so deep. I remember Akira, Cowboy Bebop, and those things. You didn't care how any of these people look like, who they were. You cared about that they represent a part of you that you really connect with, and that's how gaming used to be and still is in a lot of ways, especially with indie games. But that's what the AAA studios need to bring back, that sort of representation. And if they do that, we're gonna come back. If they don't, if they continue to do stuff like Dragon Age Felguard, yeah, it's not gonna be. Okay, I'm pretty spent. I think I said the word representation more than 700 times in this stream, which I think it's a personal record, which is good. But yeah, that's what I wanted to come across. That's basically just my stuff that I feel, because when someone talks about that we don't need the representation, we don't need to feel seen or anything. Yeah, we do, but it's not something that we talk about, because this is what used to be and this is what used to happen all the time. So yeah, this used to be a natural part of gaming, and we need the immersion, and immersion was through that natural representation that we didn't need to talk about, but I feel that I needed to talk about, to just have it there, because like this is a pivotal thing, and I think a lot of gaming companies lost it. Lee, man. Yeah, that's exactly it. The Telltale Walking Dead had amazing characters. That's it. That's a very good example, by the way. A very, very good example. Yeah, nobody cared that he was black. People felt connection to him. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyways, yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Unfortunately, I do have to go because it is a work day and I am at work soon. Probably gonna be back with a video later after 10 or so hours. And yeah, we're gonna pick up either with that topic, because I do feel that I want to make a much more coherent point. And we'll see how it goes. Nikor, thank you very much for being with me. I do hope it's not too late for you, and I do hope that you have a great rest of the evening. Cheers to you, man. Cheers to Clinton as well for coming here. Cheers to anyone who is watching the stream as well and who's gonna watch it. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me, and thank you for taking the time of your day to come and watch this. It really means everything. Like, you have no idea what it, like, it's amazing, and I thank you for it. Thank you very much. And with that, cheers and stay fresh.